Welcome to an Achieving Science video. This video is all about the group 7 elements in the periodic table, called the halogens. We can find the halogens then in the penultimate column of the periodic table, here shown in pink. As we go down the group, we can name these elements: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. The word halo at the beginning of halogens means salt in Latin. Therefore we can remember that these elements form ionic salts, e.g. sodium chloride and potassium iodide. So what else do we need to know about these halogens? While all of the group 7 elements form halide ions, these are 1- ions. All of these halogens also exist as 2-atom molecules. They are referred to as diatomic. This means that they travel around in pairs. So for instance, we have chlorine travelling around as Cl2, bromine as Br2 and iodine as I2. Being on the right hand side of the periodic table, they are also referred to as being non-metals. So let's have a closer look at these elements then. So what happens to the size of the atom as we move down the group? Well, if we begin with fluorine, fluorine has the atomic number of 9 and the mass number of 19. This means that it has 9 electrons, 2 in its first shell and 7 in its second shell. As we move down the group, we then meet chlorine, which has an atomic number of 17 and a mass number of 35.5. This means it has 17 electrons, 2 in its first shell, 8 in its second shell, and 7 in its third shell. So therefore, you can begin to see that as we move down the group, the atoms are getting bigger. Now they can all react with metals to form ionic compounds. These compounds that are formed are white solids. These are also able to dissolve in water to form colourless solutions, e.g. sodium chloride, which is normal common table salt that we put on our chips. This will dissolve in water and it will be formed a colourless solution. The next question to ask is then, how does reactivity change as we move down the group? Well, we say that reactivity changes and it decreases as we move down the group. But why does this decrease as we move down the group? Well, as we've seen, the atom gets bigger as we move down the group. This means that the ability of the nucleus to attract the electron into the outer shell, so the actual electron fills the outermost shell, becomes harder. Therefore, the pulling or attractive power is weaker, and so elements become less reactive as they get bigger.